control the cows. Then I would also want to submit on the third issue about Bore. The public participation in Bore that the officer is purporting to disrupt. He tried to disrupt the public participation, but our staff from the county assembly tried to insist on those that wanted to participate to write memorandums, written memorandums. So from Bore sub-county, we relied heavily on written memorandums because many of the participants shied away from the public participation venues because of the same threats. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Sorry, the second question. I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker and the members.
Proceed.
Then on the second one, about the disease, I submit that I did not say there was a meeting. I sent these farmers consulted me or talked to me about their plight. They explained to me that they suffered these losses, and we did not have any meeting. And I submitted that immediately I got the report. I called the director, livestock production and veterinary services to find out why the county, as it is the norm, was not vaccinating cows at this particular time. And that is the great effort that I made, and it was to no avail because we did not get any assistance. On the county assembly, again, I have noted that the county assembly, the reports by the investigators indicated that it was a petrol bomb, and I read those charges here. It was a petrol bomb that was thrown. It was actually, it was retrieved by the investigators, and they have it as part of their evidence as they were charging these criminals. And again, I would want to say, I submitted that the members of the county assembly, including I, were feeling threatened, and that is exactly why the members of the county assembly slept in the chamber in order to be able to secure their security. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Osotsi Godfrey. And after Senator Osotsi, we'll have Senator Kinyua. Then you will answer to those two senators.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two clarifications. The first clarification, Mr. Speaker, is on the petition number 5 by the members of the public to the County Assembly of Meru, which was filed on the 15th November 2023. Mr. Speaker, you note that this was just 7 days after the last impeachment, which we had done on the 8th of November. So I'd like to find out from the witness whether you find this to be a bit sinister, because this particular petition was calling for the impeachment of various CECs and various chief officers by the County Assembly, and their further dismissal by the Governor. Was this a continuation of your effort to derail the county government of Meru? The issue number 2 is that, Mr. Speaker, the witness confirmed to this House that she's a member of the PAC committee. And being a member of the PAC committee, obviously she has interacted with the Public Audit Act, which, if you read under Section 31, Section 50, and Section 53 of the Public Audit Act, it is very clear that the report of the auditor General has to be considered, processed, and reported to in the county assembly. And
Senator Sotsi, your time is up. You've asked the first question. Senator Kinyua, kindly ask your share of questions.
Asante Bwana Spika. Swali langu ni kwanza, Bwana Spika, katika kanda za video ambazo
Order, honorable senators. Order, honorable members. Let's have Senator Kinyua heard in silence.
Bwana Spika, katika kanda za video tulizoonyeshwa hapa, tulionyeshwa ya kwamba Governor Kawira akisema ya kwamba kuna pesa ambazo zimechangwa. Bwana Spika, ilinikanganya kidogo kwa sababu iko mahali alipokuwa akiongea na Kimeru, alisema ya kwamba pesa ambazo zimekusanywa ni milioni 87. Lakini akiongea katika lugha ya Kiswahili alisema pesa ambazo zimekusanywa ni milioni 60, na ndiposa alikuwa akisema ya kwamba zinaweza zikajenga nyumba ya orofa kwa yule mjane, hata vile vile anunuliwe gari. Bwana Spika, katika video nyingine, kanda nyingine ya video, nikamsikia MCA akisema ya kwamba Governor wa Meru ni wazimu. Lakini baadaye alipokuwa akiulizwa hapa akasema ya kwamba alinukuliwa vibaya. Bwana Spika, sasa mimi nashindwa kama yeye mwenyewe alimnukuu Governor wa Governor wa Meru na kusema ya kwamba yeye Governor wa Meru amesema mambo mawili ambayo haambatani. Pesa zilizokusanywa ni milioni 87. Tena kwa Kiswahili nikasikia akisema yeye anaweza kusema alinukuliwa vibaya kwa sababu inaonekana wazi ya kwamba amesema mambo mawili. Akiongea na Kimeru akasema tofauti, akiongea na Kiswahili akasema tofauti. Yeye mwenyewe anaweza kusema ya kwamba alinukuliwa vibaya, Bwana Spika, katika lile tuhuma ambayo imeletwa katika Senate hii. Nashukuru Bwana Spika.
Zipora, respond to those two questions.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. The question on petition number 5 that was presented to the County Assembly on 15th November 2023, I may not be in a position to explain whether it was a sinister motive, because the members of the public that presented this petition did it on their own variation, and the petition number 5 was committed by the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru to a joint committee on labor and justice of two committees that I'm not a member. So just like any other person, I consumed that report, just like any other member of the County Assembly who is not a member of that committee, those two committees. I consumed that report, Honorable Speaker and the members, only on the day it was tabled on the floor of the House. So about the sinister motive, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, I may not be able to explain, because I consumed the report on the floor of the Honorable Assembly. Number 2, I submit I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee, and it is true that the section that has just been quoted is indeed correct, but I submit that apart from that section, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, section Article 229(6) also indicates that an audit report can indeed be considered by the County Assembly, but the Article 229 indicates that it is clear that the audit report is final. So in this regard, I want to submit that in the audit report, it was clearly indicated that the management of the county government of Meru was in breach of the law. So I do not really feel that the county assembly could have said the management is not in the breach of the law. Then the next questions from Senator Kenywa. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, the video about 86 million, the governor talks about a contribution of 86 million. About the 60 million, the governor is not giving in the video, the governor is not giving two amounts. She always said, if that money is not above 60 million, then those who are collecting that money are in Kiswahili akasema ni wakora na ni wezi. That is what she insinuated. She did not give two figures, Honorable Senator. And I believe it is the governor that can speak for herself whether she was taken out of context or not. But I submit that in the video that I am talking, I submit that video, Honorable Senators and Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, it was a media interview that I had taken for more than an hour. I had taken more than an hour to do that media interview. Although I said I cannot remember the dates, I submit that I had talked about so many governance issues that if that video was played in full, I would be able to explain the context, the circumstances under which I made that comment. That is why I feel it was out of context. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Answered the questions. Senator Okech Eddie and Senator Mundigi, in that order.
Thank you, Chair. And I know it has been a long day. Witness, I'll be brief. Two brief questions. You have confirmed that you belong to the Committee of Park in the Assembly.
Indeed.
I wanted to know, in your own understanding and your own knowledge, whether all the MCAs in Meru County, those who voted for and those who have voted against this impeachment, in the best of knowledge, all belongs to committees. And if they don't belongs to any committees, would you advise this House under what circumstances those that don't belong? And then the last question is on PAC, still on PAC. The question that you are asked by Senator Sosi is still not exhaustive to me. And if you look at Article 2298 of the Constitution, read together with Section 31(5) in particular of the Public Audit Act, the question is more of the responsibility to you as a member of PAC and to the Assembly as a whole, that in your best of knowledge, this is your evidence in chief, in your best knowledge possible, was this report considered and thereafter?
Senator Eddie, your time is up. Senator Mundigi.
Asante, Bwana Spika. Mheshimiwa, swali langu ni kuhusu kilimo. Mambo katika kaunti zote, kila kaunti iko na kamati ya kilimo na mifugo. Ng'ombe 20 ilikufa na ng'ombe moja ilikuwa inatoka shilingi 1200 kwa kijiji moja, na kila kijiji iko na mbuzi na kondoo, pia hata ngamia, hata punda. Wakati ugonjwa iliingia mpaka ilishika zile vitu. Swali langu, mliweza kama ile kamati ya kilimo na mifugo iliweza kutembea kona zote katika Meru County na kufanya hesabu kuona ni mifugo ngapi imekufa, ndio tuweze kujua kama uchumi wa Meru mlikuwa naisaidia ama ilikuwa inarudi chini, kwa sababu kulingana na ng'ombe 20 kwa shilingi 200,000, hiyo ni milioni 4. Ukihesabu kwa county, kwa wodi zenu mko na wodi 45, hiyo pesa inakuja kiwango ya juu sana. Mliweza kufanya hesabu, mliweza kupata wakati wa kusaidia ama mlifanya namna gani ndio muweze kuinua uchumi wa Meru juu ya hizi mifugo? Asante Bwana Speaker.
Madam Zipora, respond to those questions.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. I would want to confirm that about the committees, about the members of the County Assembly who did not support this impeachment and their membership in the committees, I would want to confirm that all the members who did not support this impeachment are in committees, Honorable Speaker and members. And as I said in the morning, I can start with the first committee, the Select Committee on Budget, in our volume 6 of the County Assembly documents. The County Assembly documents. Number 1, we have Honorable Jacob Muirigi Moduri, who is the chairperson of the Budget Committee, and he did not support this impeachment. He did not support this impeachment. Then we have on the same list, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, we have, and actually they voted against this impeachment. Number 14 on page 7 of volume 6, we have an honorable member, Martin Kemadi Moriongi, honorable member for Timau. He is a member of the Budget Committee and did not support the impeachment of the governor of Meru. On that list, Honorable Speaker and members, the last one is Honorable Jennifer McKenna Morogocho. She voted against this motion and she's a member of the Budget Committee. If you allow me, I can go to the other committees, Honorable Speaker and members, and I submit there is no member of the County Assembly.
I am speaking to you. You do not need to go to those other committees.
I'm sorry, Honorable Chair. I'm sorry.
Proceed to the next.
Yes. On the other issue of the PAC section, that one, Honorable members, I stand guided. Section 30. Sorry, the Honorable Senator can just repeat that question and give me the section that he referred to. I'm sorry I did not get it right, Honorable Chair.
Senator Eddie, do you want to give
Yes, please,
sections
please.
and the relevant article of the Constitution?
Yes.
refers to?
Chair, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I'll be very fast. I referred to section 229, subsection 8 of the Constitution, and Public Audits Act, section 31(5). And it's a very simple question. It's a matter of responsibility over such report that is supposed to be considered, debated, and action taken about it by the Assembly. I'm asking you, in your base of knowledge, both in your committee that you sit in and the Assembly, did you consider this, debate it, and took action on that particular report, which is your report, which is actually your evidence in chief in this matter? If not so, are you inviting the Senate to do the work of the Assembly?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. I earlier on submitted that even if the audit report indeed should be considered by the County Assembly, still Article 229(6) is very clear that the audit report is final. And under no circumstances, in my own opinion, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, the County Assembly of Meru can negate a decision that has been made in the Auditor General's report. My view.
All right, respond to the second set of questions. That was actually one question by Senator Mudigin.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members. The question on the loss of around 4 million, because the farmer is talking about the 200,020 cows. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, personally I don't belong to the Agriculture Committee, but I can say that a number of reports have been tabled in the County Assembly in respect to management of livestock and livestock development and other aspects of agricultural activities in Meru County. And I cannot single out one that is specifically for the lost animals, but I can assure this House a number of reports have been tabled in the County Assembly of Meru, considered recommendations given to the county executive, and they all await implementation. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Zipporah. Honorable members, just for purposes of time management, I have got an indication that certain members have got questions with regards to the other witnesses other than the witness on the stand. I would like to know, for purposes of now allowing who to speak from the dashboard, because I have got only one so far, and we have expended 30 minutes of the 1 hour that is available. So kindly give that indication so that we can get to know how to manage the time with Madam Zipporah. For now, Senator Beth Siongo and Senator Mukatana, in that order, can ask their questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to ask Honorable Zipporah 2 questions. But before I ask the questions, Mr. Speaker, allow me to make this declaration. It is interesting.
Senator Beth, ask the question.
It is interesting, Mr. Speaker, for a woman to bring a motion against another woman, and it also to line up 3 women witnesses against another woman. The first question, in regards to video VKM 09. Madam Zipporah, you declared the county, the governor's seat vacant. The question is, I know you are not speaking for IEBC anyway, but I want to ask, if you have been operating as a member of county assembly and with other members of county assembly, have you been acting on a county that has no governor? Secondly, on the fire that was on your compound, did you say that the watchman was the one who was taking the video? Thank you.
Senator Mungatana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The clarification I was seeking, Mr. Speaker, is that maybe first I want to say it pains me as Senator for Tana River, and it pains this Senate indeed that we are where we are again on this matter. And we want to help the people of Meru. Sincerely, your video
Senator Mungatana,
was saying,
ask
the
question.
video was saying that even if we return this matter, you will go for 6 times. So the question I wanted to ask is that, is there a deeper problem in Meru? And do you think that by sending away the governor, we shall resolve this problem on behalf of the people of Meru, or are we making the problem worse? Just clarify my mind on that. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Zipporah, respond to the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, for those questions. And I will start with the first one. Although it's not a question, it was a comment, and I believe it was directed to me, about a woman removing another woman from the office. I submit to this Honorable
Madam
House.
Zipporah,
Yes.
that was a comment. Respond to the question.
Thank you. On the video, on the video that I referred to, and I sent the position is vacant. I submitted here that in all those videos, again, I had a media interview of more than 1 hour, and because I said the videos are not dated, I could not be able to extract the videos and exactly get what I talked about. That's just a small extract of 20 seconds. And I want to submit to this House, I must have raised very serious governance issues during that media interviews, and I cannot really remember under which context that one was said. And that is exactly why I said I could have been taken out of context. I again submit that I never said my watchman took the video. Indeed, the video was retrieved from the CCTV cameras from my home. I didn't say the videos were taken by the watchman. I submitted that the watchman had something fall because he was not far, and he went to check what and foreign, and he found the fire. That was my initial submission, and I still insist that is the position. Then, on the 6 times from Honorable Senator Mungatana, I would want to note that it is not about the many times that the governor of Meru is impeached. It is about fighting for good governance. It is about fighting for accountability. It is about fighting for delivery of services in Meru County. It is about someone taking responsibility for for the position somebody is given. It is not about witch hunt. It is not about anything. I think that one shows the determination that we need a Meru County that is functional, a Meru County where services are being delivered, where the officers, where the county government is serving the people of Meru. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kajwang Moses, and thereafter, Senator Mutinda Tabitha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to be very direct and go to the exhibit that was submitted by the County Assembly. On page 353 of Volume 2, you took us there to illustrate or to demonstrate that the wage bill grew by 500 million Kenya shillings from 4.4 billion to 4.9 billion. My question is, did the Assembly approve the 4.9 billion budget? Or was the 500 million excess expenditure over and above what the Assembly approved? Number 2, on page 375 of Volume 2, you have a schedule there showing the transfers that were made to the various entities. These entities include the Meru Investment and Development Corporation, the Meru County Revenue Board, the Meru Youth Service, and Meru Microfinance Corporation. which in your submission, you said the governor violated the constitution by not appointing the chairs of the boards. At the same time, on page 375, we have the report of the Auditor General showing 699 million, close to 700 million Kenya shillings, was transferred to some of these bodies. Did the Assembly approve the 699 million transfer? And if the Assembly did approve it, then what then would be the matter of saying that the boards were not effective due to the non-appointment? Finally, you took us to Section 58 of the County Governments Act that talks about the CEO of the County Public Service Board. Now, I want to get your views on Section 56 and 57 of the same Act. The head of the County Public Service is the County Secretary. The County Public Service Board works with the County Secretary to ensure that...
Senator Kajang, your time is up. Senator Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Zipporah,
Yes.
Clause 4 of the Meru County Revenue Board indicates that there shall be an established board. Clause 6 talks about the composition of the board, and it further emphasizes that the Act therefore requires the board to have a chair. So, since you're a member of the PAC, as you've stated before this House, did you have any opportunity to have audit query in regards to how funds were allocated or how funds were approved? Because we've seen that funds have been utilized. Putting in mind Chapter 229(6) of the Constitution says that an audit report shall confirm whether or not public money has been applied lawfully and in any ineffective way. Lastly, after the second impeachment of the Meru governor, as the County Assembly, what remedy did you put in place as the leaders and the MCAs of the Assembly to ensure that you sort the issues of Meru County once and for all?
Proceed to respond to those questions, Zipporah.
Thank you,
And
Honorable
be mindful of the time.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members. Indeed, the first question, the Assembly approved the funds, whereas it is the work of the Assembly, of the County Assembly, to approve the funds, whereas it is the responsibility of the County Assembly to approve the funds. Section 30 of the County Government Act mandates the governor of any county to be accountable for the management of and use of the county resources. So I submit to this Honorable House that the County Assembly allocates, and then the governor together with the county executive is to ensure prudent rent is to be accountable for the management of the use of the county resources. It is not the responsibility of the County Assembly to manage the resources. It is the work of the governor herself, according to that section, together with the staff that the governor supervises. 2, about the Meru county bonds that have not been operational because they were not constituted, I submit that the County Assembly of Meru, through various communications from the clerk of the County Assembly, continued communicating to the county executive that they needed to submit documents to the County Assembly to enable the County Assembly carry out its mandate, documents that were never received. Similarly, as I've said, it is the work of the county executive to use the funds allocated well. On the issues, the third question, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, it is on the CEO of the Public Service Board and the County Secretary. These two offices in county public service, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, have distinct functions. They have distinct functions where the bond is mandated to recruit, to recruit through interviews, and then after recruitment, it is the county secretary now who deploys, who supervises and does the other. So the two have different distinct functions. Only that they work very closely. Then the other question from Senator Mutinda is still on the chairperson of the bonds, and I believe I have already submitted that it is the responsibility of the governor of Meru County and the other officers to ensure the bonds are legally constituted. It is not the duty of the county assembly of Meru. The remedy about this issue, I've already submitted that the county assembly has really worked so hard to implore on the county executive to carry out the mandate of the county executive in order to make even our work as the county assembly very easy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, you've got 12 minutes remaining to conclude this session, and let's be mindful of time once you're allowed to ask your clarification. Senator Ledama and Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me start by asking the witness to clarify on her last submissions on the failure by the county government to be able to appoint people in these boards. And I want to take the witness to volume 1B, page 53. We look at page 53. I don't know whether you've had a chance to look at it. And Mr. Speaker, this minute of 2 minutes is actually doing us a big disservice. I want you to tell me what page 53, page 57, page 58, page 60, page 61, page 62, page 65, and page 67 of the governor's response, volume 1B, in terms of the responsibility of the county government, no, the responsibility of the assembly when it comes to the issue of confirming those nominees. Did, volume 1B, did the county assembly ignore the request by the county executive to be able to confirm that? Refer to those and then tell us what that equates to. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I want to understand whether impeachment equates to oversight. Because in your submission, when you are being taken through your video 17, you are asked by your lawyer in your evidence in chief what you meant by it is in the business of the assembly to impeach. You change your mind, and then later on you say it is the business of the county to oversight. Mr. Speaker, finally, which is very, very important, and I hate the fact that we have so many little time, if on the issue that you were asked by Senator Kajwang in terms of the documents that you presented, what should the executive do if the county assembly fails to approve, one, the nominees? Do those departments stay without operational? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Perez Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, very quickly, I'm very curious, and I wanted the good lady MCA to confirm to us, when is it exactly that she started feeling very insecure to have CCTV in her home, and also for how long she has had a watchman in her home, Mr. Speaker, and that she needs to confirm that indeed the video we watched of a small portion of her home burning is from a CCTV download. Because, Mr. Speaker, not many Kenyans do have, that level of security apparatus. Mr. Speaker, two, of the County Assembly bundle of documents, there was a page we were referred to, page 31 of 173, a list of, directors. And of the directors, she said, are very low in scale, but are, acting as directors. Have they attached letters of appointments of these directors for the Senate to confirm? Thank you.
Proceed to respond to those questions, Zipporah.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. On the first issue, is about I am starting with the first issue. The first issue is on the governor's documents, or the governor's document volume 1. Indeed, it is true. It is true that there are some nominees that were forwarded to the county assembly for vetting. But immediately after the nominees were forwarded for the vetting, immediately after the nominees were forwarded for the vetting, the clerk of the county assembly, through a letter in our volume 2, page 61, wrote back to the county executive and requested for more information, clarification regarding the existence of vacancies in the offices within which the nominations were being made. And yes, that was, yes.
Senator Olekina.
Point of order. I think it's important that the witness refer to the pages that I led her to, because it is specific to the board appointments. If you look at page 53.
Very well.
So we wanted
witness,
to be very clear on that, not to say that, we just want clarity.
Very well. Witness, please go to those specific pages that you were referred to as you make your responses.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. I am referring to the letter that the Honorable Senator is talking about. The letter that the Honorable Senator is talking about in the bundle of the governor's response is on page 53. And I am saying, in response to this letter, Honorable Chair and honorable members, the clerk of the county assembly responded to this letter in our bundle of documents, that is the county assembly bundle of documents, volume 2, on page 61, requesting for more information on the nominees, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. That was on 21st July 2023, and I may not read because of time constraints. Then again, the clerk of the county assembly wrote again to the county government reminding this is kindly to make a follow-up on the requested information to facilitate the committal of the forwarded nominees to the various boards. That was a reminder, Honorable Chair and members, on page 62 of our bundle of documents. And From that time, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members,
What's your point of order, Senator Meru? Give him the microphone.
Honorable Speaker, I think since this is evidence in chief and it will go on record, it is fair that the witness refers to the content of the letter. The letter that the clerk has written would wish to kindly inform you that my office is unable to recommend the same for the appointment to be transmitted to the County Assembly for action. So what the witness is saying, that they wrote to us for more information, it's actually not accurate. The accurate fact is that the clerk said that the County Assembly is unable to process their vetting since the offices have been occupied by other occupants.
Madam Zipporah, kindly restrict yourself to the contents of the letter in responding to that particular question, and be very, very mindful of the time that is already out now.
well, guided Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I read the second letter. Maybe the Honorable member was in the first letter. I'm sorry about that. But my submission is that despite the constant communication, the information was not provided, so it became difficult for the County Assembly of Meru to continue with the process. On the second question, sorry for that, honorable members. On the second question from Senator Orekina on whether impeachment is oversight, the impeachment of a governor is based on violations of the Constitution and other violations of other laws. And in my own opinion, I describe impeachment as part of the oversight, in my own opinion. Then I believe there's no other question from Honorable Senator Orekina. Then I got questions from Honorable Tobiko through the Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. I submit that I did not, I did not install a CCTV just because of these insecurities, but my home has been under surveillance of the CCTV camera for the last 5 years. I also submit that I did not secure the services of a watchman because of this. The watchman has worked for me for a number of years. And maybe I can paraphrase it.
Zipporah, proceed to conclude on that response to the question.
Yes, I can say that my home has always been guarded by a watchman. Since when? Since I established it. When was that? In the year 2003. The year 2003, there has been a watchman, although not the same person.
You have already answered the question,
yes.
Madam Zipporah.
Yes.
And you're done?
No, I'm not done. Please I have the last one.
Conclude in under 1 minute.
Honorable Chair, the last one is on the directors. I confirm that the document that I've presented in this House is an official document that was submitted to the Honorable House by the CCM Public Service Legal Affairs and Legal Affairs. It's an official document that was adopted in the House. So I believed I did not need to have appointment letters because that is a document that was submitted to the House by the CCM in the summons. And therefore, the County Assembly adopts it as an authentic document. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Madam Zipporah. Now, honorable members, we have fully utilized the 1 hour that had been granted for purposes of clarifications. And therefore, as I directed earlier on, everyone had requested to seek clarification. We cannot be here until midnight. We can't be here. We must limit and manage our time. So that session is done. Madam Zipporah, you are excused from this point. And honorable members, we are proceeding to the next honorable members' order. The chair is speaking. Senator Cherargei, order please. Senator Omogeni, order please. We are closing on that part. We have discharged the witness, and that session is concluded. Honorable members, the next session is with regard to the second witness who'd been summoned. We stood him down for purposes of the document that he was to rely on to be circulated, and that is the witness whom I would like to. Very well. Just confirmation, there is the second witness whom we'll need to call upon, Ms. Kawira Kamenju. Very well, take the stand. And for members to seek clarifications, we will do this section immediately, and thereafter we go back to the witness whom we stood down. All right, members, with regards to the witnesses who've testified, we've got Madam Kawira Kamenju and Linda Kaki. We will take 15 minutes to seek clarifications with the witness who is on the dock right now, and another 15 minutes with Linda Kaki. Then, once we are done with the two, we deal with Jacob Kirari. So for those who are unable to seek clarifications with the previous witness, this could be an opportunity with the other two witnesses to seek any additional clarifications. And I have got from the dashboard Senator Okoiti Omtata,
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the opportunity. Although I had really prepared to ask the previous witness the questions that I had, but with your direction, I won't hesitate to ask the Land Council, who was before us here. Well, Mr. Speaker, sir, why there was the other witness that were...
Senator Okoiti.
Yes.
Resume your seat, please. Resume your seat, Senator Okoiti. Honorable members, the witness who is now on the stand is Kawira Kamenju. If you have any question, any clarification from her, this is the opportunity. And from my dashboard, the person who was ahead was Senator Okoiti. If you have a question to the witness, proceed. If you don't have I'll ask Senator Samson Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, understanding order number 1 of the standing orders of the Senate.
Order, Senator Cherargei.
Just this is my time. I thought I could use the way
Order,
I want.
Senator Cherargei. Are you asking a question?
Yes, I'm asking a
question.
question.
Proceed to ask the witness any question.
But your guidance, because understanding order number 1, which is part of our rules and regulation, if we do not have questions, the mover of the motion was the key witness that we wanted to seek clarification. So,
Very
Mr.
well.
Speaker, you know that will affect our judgment at the end of this proceedings, Mr. Speaker,
Senator Cherargei,
which will
take
be
your
very
seat.
unfair.
Resume your seat. I give further guidance.
Mr. Speaker, but these are the standing orders.
Senator Cherargei,
They are not
resume your
strange
seat.
to the House.
Resume your seat. I give further guidance to the House.
Yeah, please.
If you have got no question to the witness with on the stand, you may sign out. If you have, remain so that I give you the opportunity to ask those questions. Sign out if you have got no clarification to seek from the witness. Clear the screen. I still have members, so I'll give those who are still on the screen. Senator Joyce. All right. Senator Hamida Kibwana. Very well. I will discharge the witness. I will discharge the witness. Senator Mutinda. Senator Veronica.
Yes, sir.
Proceed.
Kwanza ni kukuambia pole sana kwa maafa ya bwana yako Daniel Muthiani alias Sniper. Lakini kuna swali ambayo ningependa ueleze Senate ama hawa waheshimiwa kuhusu hii pay bill number 247 account number 040016391789. Hiyo account number ama pay bill ya matanga ama mazishi ilifunguliwa na nani?
Okay.
Senator Veronica.
Yes.
Proceed.
I have asked her questions. Who opened this pay bill number 247 account number 040016391789? Hiyo account ambayo ilipata pesa 286,516. Nani aliifungua?
Ni mimi.
Niwe ulifungua?
It was initiated by the Sniper Friends and the bloggers, but I was the one who is responsible of the account.
Kwa hivyo wewe ndio ulikuwa unaangalia balance ya pesa zile imepata?
Yeah, and the notifications were being forwarded to me.
Senator Veronica, address the speaker.
Yes, through the speaker, kuna control yoyote ambayo governor alipewa?
Are you able to respond to that question? Your question is made, Senator Veronica. Take your seat. You have asked the question. Allow the witness to respond to that question.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable member, I would answer the question to my senator. We only, as I've said again, the pay bill was initiated by the Friends of Sniper and the bloggers. I was the one who was accountable of the pay bill, and the notifications were being forwarded to my phone, and the account, I'm the holder of the account.
Thank you. I think that question is answered. Senator Mutinda.
Nianze kukupatia pole zangu kwa kumpoteza mume wako Sniper. Swali langu, nimeona katika video kana kwamba ulikerwa sana wakati gavana alieleza ya kwamba uliweza kupokea milioni taslimu 86 na kana kwamba unaishi na MCA mmoja wa pale kaunti ya Meru. Hatua gani ulichukua kuweza kuondoa maneno haya ambayo kulingana nawe sio maneno ya kweli? Ulichukua hatua gani? Kwa kizungu ile tunasema ku clear the air. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable senators, that's why I'm here today. I want to shed light to the whole House and to the Kenyans that I don't owe that amount, and again, misi kufichwa na MCA fulani.
Senator Olekina.
Mr. Speaker, I do not have a question for this witness. However, I do have a question for the attorney of the County Assembly in regards to the same issue. The same issue. It's the same issue. Mr. Speaker, there is a witness, but I need some clarification on the same issue of the 86 million, but not from the witness standing, but from the lawyer. Okay, it's the same issue.
So you want to seek clarification from
the lawyer? Yes, I'm speaking.
Take your seat, then so that opportunity will be
Okay,
made available.
that's fair enough. All right. But now, Mr. Speaker, I think you're mixing things because we are asking on the same matter of the 86
Senator
million.
Ledama.
So if you're going to
Take
give
your
us time
seat.
for the lawyer,
Take
that's
your
fine.
seat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kwanza nakupa pole. Ninajua ni hali ngumu. Swali langu pia lingeenda kwa wakili, sio kwa madam.
Very well, Senator Beth. Any other member? I have got from my dashboard 3 members, and I do not want members to complain. If there is none, then the witness is discharged. Let's call upon the second last witness, Ms. Linda Kiome. Senator, what's your point of order? Give Senator the mic.
Mr. Speaker, under Article 181 and the third schedule on the process of removing the governor, would I be in order to make an application that we stand down this witness and have the mover of the motion come back for clarity of the House? Would that be in order, Mr. Speaker? And I would request to move that motion and request Senator Ledama to second me, Mr. Speaker. We can rewrite the rules.
Take your seat. You're out
because
of
there
order.
are many issues that we need to clarify.
Take your seat. You're out of order. Anyone with any specific clarification you would like to have from witness? Senator Mbugua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now,
Senator Muma, I have given the opportunity to Senator Mbugua. I will give it to you after you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just 2 quick clarifications from one Linda Kiome. You served as an advisor to the governor for 1 year. I would want you to tell this House how the communication from the governor and your response was done, so that we can be able to interrogate this matter. And 2, During this 1 year you served as the governor, this issue of the appointment of the boards was a rife matter. Did the governor ever seek an advisory from you on how to deal with it, and how did you respond? Thank you, Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, thank you, Senator, for that question. When I was appointed by the governor, I was almost due to have my third baby. So her directions were that I should come back after my maternity leave was over. That was in the month of September, and I did come back. So from September, when I came back, she advised that I should work under the CACM for Legal Affairs, Mr. Dickson Monene. And she had instructed, Senator, that I will be working on a need basis. When she requires my advice, she would call me. The only time the governor called me was when the second impeachment came up. Out of the respect that I have for the governor, and of course, advocate-client relationship, I would withhold to disclose the information, or rather the advice that she sought from me. I owe her that much. Thereafter, after the impeachment, that is when she called me to her office in Meru, just before Christmas, and asked me to resign. Therefore, our relationship got sour. In fact, immediately after the second impeachment, and there was no further communication from the governor until, I believe, the 26th of March this year. In between, the CACM, Mr. Dickson Monene, kept pressuring me to resign. So I felt that, Honorable Senator, if the governor has said that she will seek legal advice from me on a need basis, at no time did she ask me about the legality of any appointments of the boards in the Meru County government. And there is no written advisory I have given the governor within that period of time. The nature of the advice...
Councillor Linda, make short your responses and respond directly to the question. All right?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand guided.
Did I cut you short or you were done?
I was on the last issue where I was saying that the nature of the legal advice that she had sought was verbal, and she had asked me to go to her home to give her the legal advice. Thereafter, any other advice I was giving was through the CACM, Mr. Dickson Monene.
Thank you. Senator Muma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the witness. You are a former legal advisor to the governor. You have sued the governor. We understand that is not very apparent. Now, did you see the need to declare conflict of interest in coming to give evidence against somebody whom you've had advocate-client relationship and whom you are advising. I didn't hear you declare that when you were called on the witness box.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you very much. Honorable Senators, I said in my submission that I came to clear my name from an allegation of giving mediocre advice to the governor. I am an advocate of many years of practice. Ordinarily, in the very least, I would have at least written my name at the end of that advisory. I came here to clear my name for future prospects, and I indicated that very clearly when I was giving evidence. I did not withhold any information regarding to my relationship with the governor.
Very well. Any other? Senator Mugatana?
Mr. Speaker, just a quick clarification. The witness may need to tell us what is the probative value of her denial as we stand now, because it is not accompanied by a forensic document examiner who can back up her assertions, because it is her word against the word of the governor, I mean the letters that were there. So who do we believe without expert support? And how do we go about it? How do we decide within the time constraints that we have? I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Linda?
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you, honorable members of the Senate. I believe that my cause to come and to make a request to attend this session was first of all for my own future prosperity. That I had indicated earlier, I would not have wanted to be associated with that kind of advisory. Number two, I got this information while I was in Mombasa. The first time I saw the document was on WhatsApp yesterday at about 2 p.m. That is the first time I saw it. Number three, I have yet to see the original document. At least, can it even be supplied before the Senate? Because I know they have lifted that signature from another document. Let them be tasked to produce the original document of that advisory or internal memo. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Omtata?
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the opportunity. Land Council, I just want a clarification on your signature. Did you say that the signature on the advisory was not yours? Or did you say the signature was similar to yours? Or did you say the signature was lifted from other documents you had signed? Because you made a reference to all the three, and maybe clarify for me which one is which. Thank you.
Linda?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, honorable members, I was very categorical that I did not sign that document. Hence, making a conclusion that that signature was lifted from other documents that I have signed. And that is why I'm asking, can I be provided with an original document? Because what we have is a photocopy, and I know with a clean heart, I have not signed that document, and I have not prepared it.
Senator Cherargei?
Mr. Speaker, through you, Council, the governor in some of the charges, she has been accused of appointing a number of chairpersons, Meru County Revenue Board, Meru Microfinance Corporation, Meru Youth Service Board, and Meru County Investment. You are legal advisor to the governor. In your opinion, or did you at any point give advice to governor to comply with both county legislation and national legislation on the importance of appointing the chairpersons of these corporations, and finally, having been a running mate of the governor's opponent, I heard you saying you enjoy cordial relationship. Is that still the case? Do you say you hold the governor in high regard?
Absolutely.
And did you seek, in conclusion, Chair, before the governor appointed you to that position, did you seek the blessings of your former gubernatorial candidate, Senator Mitika Linturi? I thank you, Chair.
Before you answer that, Linda, Senator Veronica, so that you answer both questions.
Could the witness clarify how many legal advisory opinions she proffered to the governor during her short stint, and whether when she discovered, according to her, that her signature had been used without her consent, whether she took any action to forestall a criminal activity of forgery or using her signature without consent? How many opinions did you proffer which were official?
What's your point of order, Senator Eddy?
Mr. Speaker, I rise under 8, point of order 8, and Mr. Speaker, and the rules that are related to this, Mr. Speaker. Where we have got any evidence where we cannot be able to interpret that evidence, our rules require that we must get an interpreter. On this issue of signature, you've seen it bouncing from one senator to another, and it's not clear. Mr. Speaker, don't you think, through your honor, Mr. Speaker, that there is need to examine or get an examiner for the signature, or there's need to examine the lifting as the evidence is being given by the witness? Because otherwise, then we cannot be able to pronounce ourselves on the broader allegation of that particular fraud.
Senator Eddy, if you followed the sequence of the evidence the witness gave and the questions which have gone through from cross-examination to now, it's a matter of her objecting to the document having been signed by her, and that is what the honorable members are seeking clarifications on. Your concern is as good as the concerns that the rest of the members have raised. And I do not think in these circumstances we need any expert examination of what she, as a witness, is saying, I did not sign. Nonetheless, let's allow her to respond to the questions by Honorable Cherargei and Senator Veronica.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable members. As I said, the governor advised that I could only give any legal advice on a need basis. As an advocate, you cannot solicit to give advice. You can only wait to be requested for the advice. When the second impeachment came in about November of 2023, the governor called me in her residence. And before that, I was in Kakamega, and she called me through the telephone, and she asked for certain legal advice, which, as I said before, I am restricted through advocate-client relationship, and out of the respect that I have for the governor, not to disclose the information, or rather the advice that she required. Soon thereafter the impeachment, that is when she called me and asked me to resign. So which means our relationship did not last long. And I was shocked yesterday while in Mombasa, in Ukunda, Diani, where we were attending an annual conference for LSK. I was sent for a copy of that document. It was the first time that I saw that document. I had to travel with a small baby at night so that I could come and see whether I would be allowed to clear my name out of that document. When I came, I submitted before that I went to the Parliament police station, and the OCS informed me, in fact, he called the DCI and they said, I can only make a report in Meru where the issue had arose. And I said earlier that I am going to pursue because I believe that the truth shall set me free. Even if a document examiner was to come here, for sure, he will exonerate me. And I am speaking the truth and only fearing God only. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Any other person? We are actually out of the 15 minutes time we had granted to this clarification, and I do not seem to Senator Beatrice. You have a question to the council? That will be the last member. I'm granting this opportunity so that we close on this witness.
Okay, my initial, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My initial comment was that the burden of proving forgery is actually on who alleges the forgery. So Linda needed to have submitted evidence of that it is not her signature. However, Linda, you are a legal advisor to the governor at some point. And you know, in the Constitution, there is alternative dispute resolution methods as scattered for in the Constitution. Did you at one point advise the governor on any alternative dispute methods that could have been used to resolve this law-running dispute? And if you did, what attempts were made?
Linda, I want you to respond to that question in under 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would say, in my relationship with the governor has been very secretive. The governor has not been consulting much, and my options were very, very limited. She is my employer, and she says, I will only come to you when I need to. Limited only. So even if you ask me for a written legal opinion that I have written in that short period of 3 months, I would say I do not have, because the governor also said that I should work with the CECM of Legal Affairs. I can produce documents that I have prepared on behalf of the CECM, but for the governor, she only allowed me to advise her during the second impeachment, and I can confirm I even attended the High Court at Meru before the Court of Appeal judges that were hearing her matter in the Meru High Court.
That is sufficient. Honorable members, that brings us to the end of the clarification session that we had with the witnesses. And Linda, you can take your leave. You are released. And we have the last witness, Mr. Jacob Kirari. And honorable members, I believe you have been served with a copy of a section of the register, I believe, which was shared. And so we would like to have the witness brought into the stand. We will do this Mr. Clerk, you had you were earlier on sworn in, and the council for the county assembly have got only 9 minutes to conclude. You've got 9 minutes to conclude with this particular witness out of your time that had earlier on been shared with the other witnesses. And so, starting now, run through the witness. This document has been shared to the members, and the original version of it has also been shared with the council for the governor. There is a soft copy equally that has been shared. So I believe members have had an opportunity to look at this document. So, council, it's your turn. Check the witness through, mindful of the 9 minutes that is at your disposal.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Jacob. Yes, please. I'll take you quickly, because of the time constraints, to page 53 of the Governor's Index 1B. That is a volume of documents. The Governor's Index 1B. 53. You confirm that the County Assembly received that letter? Yes. On which date? On the top left corner. Can you see that thing? Not clear, but set 14th. Well, the document is dated 18th of June 2023, correct? Page 53 of the Governor's Volume 1B. Yes. It is dated 18th of June 2023. Yes. So that is the first submission that is the first list of the nominees that was sent to the County Assembly by the Governor. Yeah? Of all the documents that are filed by the Governor that are in contention with respect to the Meru County Revenue Board, that is a document that was sent, the list of nominees, correct? Yes. Turn with me to page 57 of the Governor's volume still. The Governor sent another list of nominees on 21st of June, correct? Yes. And another one was equally sent on 21st June. That is page 58. Very true. 58 of the Governor's Volume 1B. And as a response by the County Assembly, by yourself actually, on page 60 of the Governor's Index, yes, you will agree with me that I will read it out in the interest of time, Honorable Speaker. In paragraph 2, the last sentence you say, from our present records, first of all, you make reference to the letters dated 18th and 21st June from the Governor, correct? Yes. In the second, in the paragraph 2, the last sentence you say, from our present records, we observe that most of the offices to which the nominees have been forwarded are substantive office holders whose terms are yet to expire. Correct? Very true. And the reason, what was the basis for you to say that their terms are yet to expire?
The record in our office of actually nominating those, of vetting the respective nominees,
yes,
were very clear that those offices are still occupied. They were to expire around December.
Yes, I'll refer you to page 52 of the County Assembly's Volume 2. For instance, with respect to the Meru County Revenue Board, I want you to confirm whether page 52 of the County Assembly's Volume 2, that is the exhibition supported impeachment motion, the Meru County Revenue Board, the term of the board was extended for 3 years from 15th November 2020, correct?
Yes.
So it means it was expiring in the 15th of November 2023, correct? 3 years from 15th of November 2020.
Very true.
So at the time of receiving nominees to the Meru County Revenue Board, in the letter we have seen by the Governor, the letter on page 53 of the Governor's Volume 1B, the Meru County Revenue Board had
a fully constituted board, correct? Yeah. And therefore, the nominees could not have been appointed to those offices unless the existing appointments were revoked? Yes. Or natural attrition. Or on account of natural attrition? Yes. So I'll take you to the County Assembly's volume 2, the letter on page 58. That is a letter you wrote to the county secretary, correct? Yes. And what do you tell the county secretary in that letter? Delayed. Are you there? Yeah. Yes. What do you say in that letter? Delayed in approval of board nominees. Pardon, before you get there, turn to the governor's page 61 in the other volume, volume 1B of the governor. Page 61. The annexure KM 9 Roman 1. That is a letter by yourself, correct? Yes. In response to a letter by the, in fact, you make reference to your letter, to your previous letter dated 20th July. That is true. And what do you inform the county secretary in the second paragraph? This is to kindly note, This is to kindly make a follow-up on the requested information to facilitate the committee of the forwarded nominees to the various semi-autonomous boards of the county government, to the relevant committees of the assembly for vetting, correct? Yes. So you are making a follow-up with the office of the county secretary, correct? Very true. And now turn to the document on page 58 on the county assembly's volume 2. In fact, the first letter is a letter on page 60 of the county assembly's volume 2. After you wrote on the 31st of August 2023, did the county assembly ever receive any other response to that letter for that period between 31st August of 2023 until 15th of July? Did you receive any correspondence from the county executive? No. So the next letter you received is on 15th of July 2024, correct? Yes. Do you recall what other activity was happening on the 15th of July 2024 in the county assembly? I think there was an impeachment. You think there was an impeachment motion? Yeah. That is the first impeachment motion that was stopped by the court, correct? Very true. So on the date that the impeachment motion was being, in fact, was forwarded to your office, you received a letter from the county secretary accusing you of, at paragraph 2, of deliberately failing to approve or communicate your rejection of the employees and purporting that you want to cripple the overall performance of the government agencies, correct? Very true. And you respond with a letter on page 58, correct? That is 2 days later, on 17th of July, correct? Yes. What do you tell the county secretary at paragraph 2? At paragraph 1, you make reference to your earlier letter of 20th July, which was close to a year later, because we are in 17th of July 2024. The previous correspondence, when you are making the follow-up, was on 17th of July, was on 20th of July 2023, correct? Yes. There was a letter of 31st of August 2023, which you sent to them from the governor's own documents, correct? Yes. So, at paragraph 2, what do you tell the county secretary? Or let me read so that you can agree with me for the benefit of time. Yeah. As per our communications, the Assembly repeatedly requested additional information and clarifications regarding the filling of available vacancies in the respective boards. Then you urge them at paragraph 3, kindly refer to the aforementioned letters for clarity, and the Assembly remains willing. So, at all times, would you say that the County Assembly was intentional in crippling the functions of the County Executive? It's not true. So, the governor, did the governor respond to that letter? A letter dated, or rather you can turn with me to page 62. No, not yet. The letter at page 62, of the governor's volume 1B. page 62 of the Governor's Volume 1B, that is the response by the Governor, correct?
Yes,
The response by the County Secretary
by the County Secretary, not the Governor.
to your letter dated 17th of July, correct?
Yeah.
So say for these correspondences, I want you to check in your register, your original register, the one that has been, copies have been made and availed to the clerk. Specifically, did your office receive the letters dated, the letter on page 54 of the Governor's Volume 1B? Turn with me to page 54 of the Governor's Volume 1B. That is a blue copy, Honorable Speaker. The Governor's Volume 1B. The letter dated 18 September 2023.
Counsel, your time is up. I'm giving you 30 seconds to conclude on what you need to ask for the witness to respond.
Honorable Speaker, I'll just take 2 minutes to conclude on this question. It is the very reason why I called this witness. Just
1
2
minute.
minutes.
Just close in 1 minute.
Very well. Honorable Mr. Witness, the document at page 54. The document at page 54, that is the letter dated 18 September 2023. The document at page 55, still of the Governor's Volume 1B, and the document at page 56 of the Governor's Volume 1B. Did your office receive these 3 letters?
Not yet.
I want you to confirm from your original register.
They are not in my record so far.
So from your record on 18th of September, is there any document that you received from the County Secretary?
Not yet.
From your records, this is the register that you maintain in your office?
Yes. For all correspondences.
On the 18th of January, that is the letter at page 55. 11th January, rather, Mr. Speaker, did you receive any letter?
Not at all.
You did not receive any letter dated 11th January?
Yes.
Did you receive any letter dated 18th of September 2023, the last page? 18th of December, that is the document appearing on page 54.
No.
So, to the best of your knowledge, are these documents legitimate documents that were served upon your office, or are they forgeries that are manufactured for the purpose of hoodwinking this honorable house?
I want to confirm that these documents are not in my records, and therefore they must have been authored outside my office.
Is it a coincidence that
Counsel, your time is up. Your time is up.
Very well.
Yield the witness to the governor's team.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will the witness for cross-examination.
Mr. Speaker, we had been given 1 hour, which we used 20 minutes for the first witness and approximately 10 minutes for the other witness. I will not use my entire 30 minutes, but I just want to confirm that's the range of time that I have. I'll use very less than that.
That's the position.
Thank you so much. Mr. Jacob, let me just have your full name kindly so that I'm able to call you formally.
Jacob Kirari.
Jacob Kirari, thank you so much. Jacob, you are brought to this house for the limited purpose of producing that register. True or not true?
Yeah.
You are brought to this house today to produce this register before this house.
Yes.
Thank you. For how long have you served as a clerk of Meru County Assembly?
From 2020.
From 2020.
Yes.
Does Meru County Assembly have any other register for receiving correspondence, or that is the only register?
We use register when it's full, we open another one.
for purposes of accountability.
At the moment, so does Meru County Assembly operate multiple registers simultaneously, or does it operate one register at a time?
One register at a time.
Thank you. When was that register opened, the one you have?
It was opened on 15th September 2023.
Are you sure of that fact? Answer that question. Are you sure of that fact?
Yes.
There are papers you are holding with your hand. You have opened many papers. Yes, those ones. What are those papers? There are papers, this. Remove that staple. But why have you stapled them? That's one of the things I wanted to ask you. Do those papers show correspondence? Do they show correspondence?
No, because they are not carrying all the details necessary.
You are answering a completely different question. Do they show correspondence?
No.
What do they show?
It was just a writing, which actually are non-detailed.
Yes, those writings are something. What are those writings? Okay, let's go systematically. Open the very first page of that book. The very first page. Are we there?
Yes.
It is divided into columns, isn't it?
Yes.
Those columns have headings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Read for us column 1.
Date.
Date of what?
It was just date.
Column 2.
Particulars.
Of what?
Or content of the item.
Column 3.
Request.
Column 4.
Authorized to buy.
Column 5. Column 6. Second column.
Lunch allowance.
Sorry?
Lunch allowance. Second column is Phineas Mwenda.
Those entries, sorry, you're actually looking at the second page of that document, aren't you?
Yes.
Those
2015.
Look at the cover page of that document. Look at the cover page. The cover. It states what the book is, isn't it? What's the title of that book?
Memo registers.
It is a memo register. Yes? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So there are memos from page 2 of that book. True or not true?